Good morning from Transcend headquarters. Isaac and Asher here with the dose, and we're going to talk today about accepting the entire self. So I had an incredible experience. I was in Israel last week and I met with what I'd call a heebie-jeebie rabbi. So heebie-jeebie rabbi is somebody that they call a Kabbalist, somebody who can see things that the average person doesn't see. And it happens in all walks of life. There are mediums, there are psychics, there are people that can read energy. And I met with this guy, and you give him your name, and he looks at your name and he starts telling you stuff about yourself. So I don't need to go into all the details he told me about myself and all the wonderful things I get the pleasure of working on. But the one thing I wanted to pick for the dose this week was accepting. He said to me, "You gotta work on your anger." And somebody about less than a month ago says, "You know, you resent everybody in your life." And I looked at it and I said, "Whom that I'm super close to, don't I have a resentment towards?"
I hope not me.
And actually, I don't have a resentment towards you, but I'm sure I can cop one. But I realized that if you look at it, I do have a lot of anger. And what is that? What is the reason for it? What's the purpose of it? And before I go on to suggest what I think is the dose of the week, I'd like to hear from you, Isaac, if you have can relate to having anger.
I can totally relate to having anger. We haven't really talked so much about the steps, but I happen to be, working in the middle of step 4 and talking about, taking inventory of myself. And when it comes to my anger, I think that most of the time I'm angry at myself and I take it out on other people. And instead of recognizing, maybe a person's struggling, maybe they're going through something, I'm like making it about me. What about me? What did I do wrong? Why are you upset at me? What can I do to fix it? It's like, hold the phone. This has nothing to do with you. And when someone doesn't act or behave the way that I want them to act or behave, I get angry. And especially with the people closest to me when I was younger, when my parents, didn't do what I wanted them to do and didn't buy my crap and I couldn't manipulate them, I got angry at them. And, everybody close to me, when I'm not the master and the puppeteer, I get angry, but it's really, I'm angry at myself for trying to control them and not letting people be themselves. And recently I've started to be aware that it has nothing to do with you. Why don't you ask a person how they're doing? Ask them what they're going through before getting angry that they're not doing what you want them to do. Maybe they're having a hard day. So I definitely struggle with anger as well, and whether it's at work, whether it's at home, whether it's on the phone, on FaceTime, it creeps up and I don't even realize it. Everyone thinks I'm this happy-go-lucky person, and if I'm not happy or go-lucky, then I'm really angry. So it's like two polar extremes, and I'm trying to learn how to find a balanced middle ground instead of either being really, really happy or really, really angry. That's my personal, what I go through with my anger issues.
That's awesome. So usually what I would do, and why I want to say the dose of the week is going to be a little bit different this week, is usually I'd say, well, be of service, be kind, do good things, help others, appreciate what you have, write a gratitude list. I want to say, all that's great. Think about what the other person's going through. Amazing. Today I want us to be different. The dose of the week for this week is I want us to accept ourselves as an entire human. That we're loving, we're kind, we're grateful, and we're angry. And that's okay. And that nobody is ever going to meet that ultimate need to assuage, to calm, to care for you when you're angry. And people especially when you're in a relationship, when you don't express yourself, will feed off your energy. And, you know, going back to this rabbi I met with, whether he has heebie-jeebie powers or not, he could see my energy. And psychics, by and large, see energy. Intuits see energy. Human beings don't have to be a psychic to see or feel energy. When we're in a relationship, when we are with somebody and we have expectations. So the easy thing is to say, hey, don't have any expectation. Dose of the week is no. You have expectations. You have anger. You are human. Accept yourself for who you are. Realize, though, that the only person that can help you is yourself. Once you accept that you are angry, once you accept that the ultimate need that you were searching for, the ultimate love that was missing, that you didn't receive. So today's dose of the week is shame on those that hurt us. Yet, shame on us for continuing to hurt ourselves. And unless we accept that, you know what, I am an angry dude. I have two sides. I'm a giving, kind, caring, loving,
Angry
dude. I have desires that are probably healthy. I have desires that are unhealthy. If I can accept that and look at that and not shame that, just realize, hey, that's part of me. I'm a whole.
I am who I am.
I am who I am. I'm good and I'm bad. And that's the only way I can work on it. And I can accept who I am. I always say ego works in two distinct planes. It either tells you you're better than and you could get away with it, or you're worse than, you might as well not try. It'll never tell you, hey, you're a man amongst men, you're a woman amongst women.
Yeah.
Get up,
Just
do
what you
your
gotta
thing.
do.
And you know what? When you mess up,
It's okay.
own it.
Yeah.
And the advice this rabbi gave me was, when you get angry, sit with yourself for 10 minutes. Don't express it on anybody else. Look at it. And then once you calm down, see, was there an unmet expectation that is a reasonable expectation? And if it was, ask for it. And if the person doesn't give it to you, then realize that's what it is. Doesn't make them bad, it doesn't make them good. It just is what it is.
That 10-minute break, I like to sometimes take a walk, and when I come back, I say I accept who I am. I might have overreacted, I might have gotten angry, but I'm back to a more normal, stable place, and let's see how I can respond instead of react in a rational, more healthy place. So that's, the advice he gave you, I would definitely relate to that time and space for yourself. So I, Isaac, accept myself for who I am today, and I hope that everyone else.
So dose of the week, accept yourself for the perfectly imperfect being that you are. Realize that you are responsible, that there are plenty of excuses. It's not going to make anything better. See who you are and kill it. And just accept that you are whatever challenge you have, and it doesn't make you bad, it doesn't make you good, it doesn't make you frickin' anything. It just makes you who you are. And when it's not a mountain, instead it's a molehill, you can climb over it. When it's a mountain, it's too hard to climb over it. New Year's resolution, I'm accepting my anger. Hope you can too.
Me too. Thanks, guys.